The Summer with Hope of Ruth Ministries. Today I wanted to bring a message forward that I really hope is going to give some stability and I don't know, maybe some guardrails, some safety net, something that will help us to fall back on the truth when we are walking by faith. We have our eyes closed to the world and we are focusing on God and keeping our eyes fixed on Him and trusting in Him and His plan. Walking by faith always means that it's going to look contrary to what we're seeing with our eyes. So I don't know if tomorrow all the things that we have been waiting for is going to start unraveling before our eyes, and we'll have sweet, sweet vindication that the things we're hoping for and the things we've been saying were true, or if it's going to look the complete opposite. This is what I want to say. No matter what it looks like, no matter what happens, we have to have our eyes fixed on God, trusting in Him and His plan over anything, over anyone. No matter how much evidence, no matter how much we trust what people say, people are fallen. And it's not even just that. It's not that necessarily people made a mistake, but like if you watched Heather's live yesterday, things don't always, the story doesn't unravel the way we expect. You know, God will tell us maybe an end result of something, but the details of how it unravels is just wild, beyond our ability to anticipate. So, this is what actually got me on this. Before she put out her live video, I kind of knew what I was going to say anyways. So I wanted to share, what I was getting was Acts 27. Paul, he was, being accused by the Sanhedrin, and he was having to, give his testimony there, which was rejected. And then he was jailed. He was handed over to the Romans. He was put on a ship where no one would listen to his advice, and they ended up sailing right into a hurricane, which lasted for day after day after day. They ran out of food. He was starving for weeks. As they were coming on to land, their ship was falling apart. And the soldiers had a plot to kill all of the prisoners so that they couldn't escape. So, his life was constantly in danger, and, can you imagine being in his shoes? God had a plan for his life, and it was, he had given him a word. He said, you're going to testify in Jerusalem, and then you're going to testify in Rome. Well, it wasn't an easy walk to accomplish that. And it looked like he was going to die many times. And then ultimately what happened in Rome, as far as we know by history, he was beheaded. So he went through this incredible journey of perseverance and overcoming obstacles and walking by faith to his death. That's what he was heading towards, but that was part of God's plan. That is what he wanted to happen, because it was going to advance his kingdom. And Paul laid down his life to advance the kingdom. So I've kind of basically had the thought of sacrifice. We sacrifice everything for God, for what his plan is. We walk by faith. We don't know exactly how all things are going to turn out in the immediate. What we do know is that Revelation says that there will be 10 kings that will reign, and they will hand over all their power to one man who will rule our world. And that is the Antichrist. And that is the direction that we're heading. If you're still even thinking about it, there's the Great Reset that's, that's still in the works. And whether Trump makes it or not, their plan isn't just going to disappear. They're still going to keep fighting. What we're fighting for is a delay so that, for one, we can see some justice, and for two, to give more time for people to turn and repent, for revival to come. We just have to remember what our real objective is. We're more than Americans. We are citizens of heaven. The other day I was thinking, like, if say I moved to some remote island and I was watching all of this unfold from that island, how would I feel about everything going on? Like, I would definitely still feel the same, but I'd be kind of a little bit more detached. I think I'd be able to reel in my emotions a little bit better because I know I'm not a citizen anymore, And I'm not, we're patriots. Of course, we love our country. And I'm not saying not to love your country, but we have to love our homeland even more and advance its objectives no matter what's going on here. So anyways, I just wanted to share this message. Well, actually, I wasn't done. There was a point. Okay, so in verse 43 of Acts 27, let me see here, sorry. It says, this centurion who was in charge, he wanted to spare Paul's life. And he kept the soldiers from carrying out their plot to kill everybody. He ordered everyone to jump from the ship and swim to shore. And then it says, in this way, everyone reached land in safety. In this way. Wasn't necessarily the way that Paul had imagined, or the centurion, or anyone on that ship. No one had foreseen what was going to happen. But in this particular way, God ensured that they reached the land in safety. And I want you to really pay attention to that word, safety. What is your definition? What is your vision? Or what are you picturing when you're thinking of the word safety? Because to me, I'm thinking like padded walls and reinforced concrete, steel concrete, or whatever. I'm thinking knee pads, elbow pads, safety. Can't get hurt. But that wasn't God's definition of safety. He kept him alive. He let him go through everything, anything that wouldn't kill him, because it was for his benefit and it was for his good. It was for the advancement of the gospel, and it was so that we could read back on his life and learn from it and glean from it. If he hadn't gone through all of that, then, it wouldn't help us when we're going through things like that. So there was a purpose in it all. And I heard someone describe Donald Trump as a master 5D chess player, which I agree. He is very, very smart. But no one can beat God. So trust the plan. Trust God's plan. He's got this, and we can trust him. He knows what he's doing. Everything is going to be okay. Rest in him and keep your eyes on him above anything else. That is my advice, and I hope that it helps you guys. Have a good night.